Are you ready to make professional looking videos quickly and without paying for more software? Good, let's talk Clipchamp. Clipchamp is a great option if you want strong results without paying for advanced editing tools or owning a powerful device. You can use it for YouTube content, reels, business videos, promos, or the holiday footage you keep pretending you'll sort out one day. It's free to use and works as a Windows app or directly in your browser, so you can edit from whatever device you have in front of you. If you already have a Microsoft 365 subscription too, you get a few extra features like premium filters, transitions, brackets, and the ability to save directly in OneDrive storage, so your device is not overloaded with large files. Let's start at the very beginning. Search for Clipchamp in your search bar and click on it. If you don't see it, then head to the Microsoft Store and search for it and install it. If you prefer using your browser, go to app.clipchamp.com. When it opens, sign in with your Microsoft account by clicking Continue with Microsoft. Clipchamp gives you two ways to get started. You can build a video from scratch, or you can pick a template and save yourself some time. Select Templates on the left and have a look through the options. You can preview any of them with one click. I like this one, so I'm going to use it. This is now the main editing screen. On the left, you have all your content sections. In the centre, you have your video preview and the timeline, and on the right, you have your editing tools that change depending on what you select. It's all very easy to get used to once you start clicking around. In the My Media section, you can upload anything you want to use, drag files in, or simply import media. You can also connect it to whichever cloud storage you're using, which for me is OneDrive. Anything you upload or add to the timeline will appear in My Media. To use something, just drag it into the timeline. Clipchamp will place videos, images and audio in the right tracks so everything stays tidy without you having to organise it yourself. In Record and Create, you can record your screen, your camera or both. If you do not want to record your own voice, you can also use text-to-speech. Type what you want to say and Clipchamp will generate an audio track. There are many languages and voice styles, so you can pick one that fits the tone of your voice. In templates, you can switch to a different template or bring elements from another template into your current project if you want to mix things up. In the content library, you'll find a large library of copyright-free content that you can use straight away. In text, you can add titles and captions. Hover over each option to see how it animates before you add it. In transitions, you can choose from a range of transition styles. Drag one between two clips to apply it. Alright, let's jump into the timeline and actually build the video. The timeline works from top to bottom. Anything on a higher track will sit in front of whatever is underneath it. Once you know that, the whole layout makes a lot more sense. Anything with a little preview like this is a photo or video. The blue bars are audio. Anything with a T is text. You can move clips around, trim them or stretch them out. Use the bar at the bottom to move through your project and use the zoom controls on the right if you want a closer look at something. That's the basics of the timeline sorted. To show you the full process, I'm going to clear the template we used earlier and start fresh. Select all the clips and delete them. You can drag to select or use Ctrl-A if you prefer shortcuts. Clipchamp saves everything automatically and backs it up to OneDrive, which is great. And if you do something you did not mean to, Ctrl and Z will undo it. The undo arrow works too if you prefer clicking. Now I'm going to bring in the audio track I uploaded along with my video file. At any point I can press play to check how things are looking. I think the audio starts a bit too suddenly, so I'm going to add a fade. I select the track, open the fade options over on the right and adjust the fade in. Fade out controls the end of the track. The music is still a little loud though, so I'm going to lower the volume in the audio settings here. If I wanted to, I could also change the speed of the track, but it's fine as it is. Video clips that include audio will show a small volume icon. You can mute that quickly if you want the music to be the only sound. If you want more control over the video's audio, select the video in the timeline, then right-click and tap audio. That gives you a separate audio track to work with. Just remember to mute the original audio on the video clip if you do not want it playing underneath. Now this video is for YouTube, so I need the 16:9 format. If I wanted to post it somewhere else, like Instagram, I could change the format using the format button at the top. When you switch formats, you may need to resize your video by clicking and dragging. When you click the video and select these three dots, you will see options to rotate, flip or reduce the clip to a picture-in-picture. That's a bit too small, so I'll drag the handles to resize it and move it into place. The visual guides make it easy to line everything up properly. Now not many people can sit in front of a camera and get everything right in one take. and I'm definitely one of them. Maybe you want to change the angle or redo a line. Either way, you'll want to know how to cut your clips. I will zoom in on the timeline and move the cursor to the point where I want to cut. To cut, use the scissors icon. You may have to do this on either side of the section you want to be removed. Once you've cut, hit delete on your keyboard and then remove the empty space in the video by pressing this bin icon or by dragging the two clips together. I can add a fade here too if I want to, just like before, to soften the cut. Now I'm going to add this image to the timeline. You'll notice the video disappears for a moment, but that is only because the image is sitting on top of it. I'm going to move the image below my main video track to show how it disappears before moving it back. I can also adjust the images using the premium filters and effects that come with having a Microsoft 365 subscription. I'm not loving this music anymore, so I'm going to replace it with one of Clipchamp's tracks. I can drag the new track directly from the content library on top of the old one. That overwrites it, but it keeps all the settings we already applied, like the volume and the fade. You can do the same thing with video clips, text and images. All we need now is a bit of text to close the video. I'll open text and drag in plain text. Then I'll type straight into the video. From the text panel, I can change the font, the size and the colour. It looks a little flat though, so I'm gonna add a title animation by scrolling down in the text window until I see a title. Drag one I like the look of onto the text in the timeline and it replaces it as easy as that. I'm happy with this now, so let's save and share it. Select export and choose your format. For this video, I'm going to go with 1080p. From here, you can rename the video, choose to share it to cloud, or change the save location. And that's it! We've reached the end of this video. Let me know what you think of Clipchamp. Are you already using it, or were you following along with me today? Let me know in the comments below. As for me though, I'm off to go totally put our video editor Chris out of a job now. Only joking, Chris. Please don't edit a moustache on me or anything. See you all on the next one though. Bye!